Hello there folks, today we are reviewing Multiuniversum, which is published by Board&Dice and designed by Manuel Correia.
The theme of the game is a time travel experiment gone terribly wrong. Instead of going to some point in past, a machine has opened over dozens of portals to alternative dimensions. And there you see all your nightmares, all your horrors materialize. And now you have to quickly close those portals before all those monsters and horrors invade your real life.
Yeah, so let me show you how the game works. Multiuniversum is played over the course of several rounds where you will use your action cards efficiently as actions or tools, and you will try to close portals that will give you points at the end of the game. And the game will end when the certain amount of portal stacks is emptied. Of course, depending on the number of players. Let's take a closer look at the action card here. This is the tool side where you have a particular tool that you will use in order to close a portal. And here you have various actions. For example, as you can see, this action shows that you can close a portal. This action is to draw 2 cards. This is a recycle action, which means that you can take any card from the discard pile. With this action you can use Transformer's ability, special ability, and with this action you can move to another Transformer. And as you can see, these actions and colors may vary. So for example, the movement is now on yellow and using Transformer's ability is on red. And what's interesting is that depending on what Transformer you are, for example, if I'm on red Transformer, I can use this card as a recycle because it's a red color here, and on a red color I can use recycle. But with this card I can use Transformer's ability if I'm on a red Transformer here as well. But there are many more cards and combinations of various actions that there are. So let's take a closer look at how the game is played. At the beginning of the game, each player will get 3 cards into his hands that he can use during the game, and you will begin on a Transformer of your own color. For example, if I'm playing red and we're playing a 2-player game, I will start on a red Transformer. Now, during my turn, I can do 3 actions, and I can choose between either to do the action cards, and then I will follow the Transformer's color. For example, if I'm on a red Transformer, I will look at the actions that are in this red square or rectangle here. And I can do only them. If I would be on a yellow Transformer, I could do these actions here and use these action cards on these actions. That's the first thing that you can do. The second thing that you can do is to prepare a tool. To prepare a tool, you will take a card and you will look at these symbols and you will just prepare it right here. You will put it under your laboratory card here. And the tool is prepared. And you will use these tools to seal portals. And I will show you the portal cards a little bit later. The third thing that you can do on your turn is to discard a card in order to get a new card. For example, you're not satisfied with what you have and maybe you want another action, another card. You will just discard it and take a new card. It's really easy. These are the actions. You can combine them. You can do all 3 actions with the action cards, or you can discard the cards 3 times and so on. But let's take a closer look at the Transformers and their abilities as well. So, Transformers have various cool special abilities that you can use if you use this icon right here, the Transformer icon. Now, for example, this Transformer says that you can draw 3 cards, but you have to discard 2, but it will give you a little bit more variability. This Transformer says that you can rearrange portal cards in one particular portal stack however you want. With this special ability, you can switch the 2 face-up top portal cards in the portal stacks. With this ability, you will put every top card in the portal stack beneath the deck. And with this ability, if you have used an action during this turn, action cards, you can take this. Normally the action cards will be discarded, but you can take one action card as a tool at the end of your turn. So let's take a look at the portals and how to close them. So with the action of sealing portals, you can do that. But in order to do that, you need to be at the place where that particular portal is and have the tools that will match the symbols on the portal itself. So if you take a look here, this portal says that it needs a green tool and a blue tool here. And if you have these tools in your laboratory here, you can discard them in order to seal the portal. You seal the portal, you will get this into your tableau that will be scored as points. For example, here is 3 points. Plus, it will be used in a set to score additional points at the end of the game. And that's really easy. And let me show you different artwork on the portals. And there are portals that have a point value of 1, 3, and 5. And of course, the tools that are needed. With 3 points, there are 2 tools needed. With 1 point, there is 1 tool needed. And with 5 points, there is 3 tools needed. So it's quite much. But the different artwork here and different icons for sets are really cool. So these are different portals, dimensions, alternative dimensions, as you can see, which have a really cool art on them. And at the end of the game, you will count all the points on the portals that you have closed, plus you will get points for sets. If you have a certain number of the same symbols, you will get a certain amount of points. But you can also use cards as a different symbol set, which basically means that if you have a particular number of different symbols, you will get a certain amount of points. 9 points should be the highest. So I will show you a little bit more of the artwork, but that's basically how the game is played and how you close all these portals. So let's go to the final thoughts. So, as always, we will start with the components of the game. There aren't many components, basically cards and few meeples to mark your position in the game. Component-wise, cards are an okay quality, yep. I would say. They aren't linen finish, but they don't have borders except for the portal cards, which have white borders, and I'm fine with white borders, not black borders. So that's first. What do you think about the artwork? Artwork is so-so. First, I didn't like the artwork at all because it seemed to be just a regular fantasy style. Generic. Just, yeah, quite generic. But when I started looking at them, and especially the portals, you understand that these are done with a humor, because there can be portal with a gummy bear and a knife, or I don't know, toys come to life, and besides just the regular UFO and ghosts and stuff. So yeah, I would say artwork, yeah, sure. The artwork is nothing bad to say. I think the artwork is beautiful, but the graphical layout and iconography of the game is it's understandable. A few things like on the Transformers, that's one of the abilities on the Transformers is to put the top card of the stack on the bottom, and it shows only that. And maybe you will not remember that you have to put cards on the bottom on all stacks, which is a little bit confusing. Maybe the iconography on the Transformers would have been a little bit better. I think the iconography is quite fine. Yeah, the iconography on the action cards is fine, and everything is good. Maybe a small thing for me is that on the portal cards, the tool symbols are brighter colors. and the action cards and the tool symbols here are darker colors. I don't know why, and sometimes it confuses me a little bit, but it's maybe only my small caveat.
There is one more thing that confuses both of us. So if you check, these transformers are all actually different colors, but white is so similar to yellow and blue, for example. So
Especially
these
blue and
are
white.
not clearly distinguishable. You have to always you have to always check all of those machines before, like make sure what is the color. Which is
maybe
annoying.
a small border around the transformer, something like that, of a distinctive color would have been better.
Not just too many tiny details.
Regarding the gameplay and the multi-use of cards, which I think is very interesting, but at first it's quite overwhelming. So you have cards with all actions printed on them, but the actions are connected to a particular transformer, color of a transformer, which makes it confusing to look in the future turns at first, in your first play. And you're just trying to understand how the game works, like what cards can I use on that particular transformer. It's a little bit confusing, but as soon as you start playing more, you will understand that more, and then it will become more of a logical experience.
It's nothing more than just getting used to the game. And maybe it was a bit confusing in the beginning, but later on, absolutely, it's easy to understand, and game goes quickly, so its turn is usually rather short. You have only 3 actions.
Basically.
And
sometimes you just discard cards, or sometimes you know exactly what you do, a combination of drawing and closing the portal.
Usually turn is actually really quick. These are quite rare occasions where you feel that you're stuck and you have to think. And I would say in this game it's you have quite a lot of the draw luck, but you can mitigate quite a lot, because you always can either move away or trash the card, taking a new one. There's almost always something you can do. Rarely ever you're so stuck that you literally can't do anything.
But sometimes you might get stuck if you don't get feats. You can use recycle to get the right card from the discard, but sometimes you might get stuck with a random draw, and it has, I think it's a small negative overall. If I look at it more objectively, I think for some people the draw luck is present here. So you should be aware of that, at least in my opinion.
Well, draw luck always is present where are cards.
Yeah, of course.
And not like
but
100%
here as well,
strategy.
it's still, if you want to do a really efficient turn and combination of turns, then the draw luck will be involved quite much.
Yeah, but still, I definitely don't think that it's a bad thing, because the designer did a really good job by the options you have.
Mitigating that
yes,
much,
you have so many options.
I can agree on that.
You can get stuck only if you have in mind that I'm here and I want to close this portal, but I'm missing so many things. In that case, you have to just think, or maybe you should go somewhere else, or maybe you can do something else. It's more like if you're like strictly focused, I want to do only this and this, you can feel that you're stuck. But you have
regarding the quick game and smaller downtime, I think it might have a big downtime, and it's an AP prone game in my opinion, which is, it cannot be bad. It depends on the players, which are AP prone or not. We are not, and but I think if you play with 5 players, from where like at least 3 of them will be AP prone, this game will be a mess. It will take at least an hour or more than an hour, although the box says 20 to 40.
Every single game will be a mess if you play with the AP prone, 3 AP prone people in 5-player game.
Yes, that's
not a fault of the game.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there is that possibility.
There's always possibility. If you have to make a decision, if you have to choose between a couple of actions, you will always have possibility for AP.
Of course, the multi-use of cards, but I still wanna point it out for those who have groups which have AP prone players.
Don't play with these people.
But if the people don't have anyone else to play with,
don't
How
know.
can they do that? You know, but 20 to 40 minutes is not. I would say 40 to 60 minutes game.
No, it's quite okay.
But we played we played 2-player game 40 minutes.
30 minutes.
40.
30.
All right, whatever. I think we should go to our dice ratings.
Sure.
Yes. All right, let's go.
Oh, there's one more thing I want to add. Sorry. Regarding the theme, well, it's rather abstract, so you don't feel the theme there. But I know that there is an expansion coming out where is putting not just random portals, but putting the Cthulhu theme in there.
Insanity thing there.
Yes, and the thing is that, yeah, there are way too many Cthulhu games out there, but I actually feel that it would make much more sense because they wouldn't be just random portals, but this would be Cthulhu and monsters coming out, and if you close the portals, you get insanity cards, which you can like do more. So I think I enjoyed the game, and I think I would like it even more with expansion because it would add to the theme and it would give a couple more options what you can do. But I'm really looking forward to like a theme that could pop in the game. So we can go now to the dice.
Let's go.
I give this game 7 dice out of 10.
I give this game 7 dice out of 10.